Marks with the Laws Prevention Group. Today we're going to talk about weapon retention. We've got a lot of news stories lately about security officers getting into physical altercations and losing their firearm during the physical altercation and having it taken away by the suspect they're having the altercation with. We want to try to prevent that and keep control of our weapon at all times. Part of that problem is buying a really good holster, a level 2 or a level 3 holster that has some retention levels to minimize the ability of someone grabbing the gun in the first place. We also like to wear the holster up on the hip versus the thigh rig, giving us a little bit more control over where the gun is at all times, maybe a little bit more forward than back. One of the retentions we talk about is what if an attacker grabs your weapon from the front? If the attacker tries to grab your weapon from the front, again, you should have enough retention levels on your holster to prevent it from coming out. But there are things you can do like a nose strike with the hand or come underneath the soft palate of your suspect to try and get them off of the weapon and retain it. Anyone who grabs your weapon should be taken into custody, but you want to resist the temptation of just drawing the weapon now that your subject is unarmed. If someone tries to grab the weapon from behind, what you want to do, instead of trying to pull away, lock the subject onto the gun so the gun doesn't get out of the holster. Brace your hips, swing your hips so you can break the grip and balance of your attacker. Whether you hit him or not, you at least want to break his grip so you can now try and get him into custody. From here, we can try a takedown technique, a decentralization technique, or some other method to try and get him under control and get him wrapped up and into custody. Weapon retention is always very important. We never want to lose our weapon during a physical altercation while we're working. Repetitive training is the most important thing. You want to practice these techniques as often as possible. If you can't practice them at home with your unloaded weapon, we always make sure the gun is unloaded and clear before we do any practice movements while we're at home. Put the gun in your holster and practice trying to prevent someone from taking the gun out. If you really want to, you can purchase a blue training gun. Sometimes they come in red to practice these maneuvers while at home or with a group in a much safer manner. Training is always most important.